Alright, guys. So, yeah, we're in the bathroom. Listen up. My oldest will be 10. Or no, I'm sorry, he'll be 11. So, I've been going through this for a long time, and I figured right now would be the perfect opportunity. Ever since I was a kid, I would have some type of issue with like my stomach. And I'm just being real honest with you guys, and it would cause like bowel movements to be a problem. And then I had my son, and then for 3 years, I suffered from gallbladder attacks and just stomach issues. And I'm about to get to all this because I'm about to tell you what the best way is when you're going through a stomach flare up. That works for me, and I believe it works for a lot of other people. So just tips and tricks that I've gathered on around through the years. So I got my gallbladder taken out right before my daughter's first birthday. Like literally, I got it taken out September 20th of 2017, and her birthday was just like 2.5 weeks after that. So it's great. Anyways, or yeah, no, it's like a month after that. What am I thinking? So anyways, I still have issues with my stomach, and we think it's IB. Well, okay, so when you have a gallbladder removal, I got admitted to the hospital after numerous times of going to the emergency room, passing out, fainting, not being able to breathe. Yeah, so I went to my doctor's office, and I was actually in with my grandmother on her appointment, and I brought it up. I was like, hey, I think it might be my gallbladder because like 90% of the women in my family have had their gallbladder taken out because genetics, and I've been having these issues, but nobody will check my gallbladder. They're like, CAT scans, MRIs are fine, you're good. So anyway, she put it in, and then that night, actually, I ended up at the emergency room, and they sent me back home. And then I ended right back up in the emergency room, not even 12 hours later. Like, it was like middle of the night. I got out in the morning, and then like that night again, I went back to the hospital. And come to find out, I had like 48 or 49 gallstones. And I'm about to get to all this because it's on my channel. And when they went in to take well, first of all, they had to give me Narcan to pump out the Tylenol in my stomach, or out of my liver, because they thought I was trying to overdose on Tylenol. So when I went into surgery, they realized that one and a half of them, because one and a half of them was in my liver, blocking production on my liver, and then I had 2 or 3 of them stuck in the lining of my stomach. It was so bad. So my stomach is still messed up. I now have IBS for it, and you know, when you get your gallbladder taken out, it doesn't cure everything. I get random gallbladder attacks. Recently I've been taking Nature Valley probiotics and microenzymes. You take 3 of them a day. Like, you can take them all at once or however. And they've really been working. They've been helping my stomach because it's doing what my gallbladder is supposed to do. But I do have to watch what I eat, and even if I watch what I eat, things that aren't supposed to trigger my stomach trigger it. So anyways, as I get it, this is what I'm getting at. This morning I had a random gallbladder attack after a month of not having one. And I mean like a severe gallbladder attack. Dropped my 2 oldest off at school, came back home, was not expecting a gallbladder attack. And then there it happened for over an hour. And then I got my son, my youngest, to his school, and then I come back and it happened again. So my tips and tricks for this is, first of all, if you have any type of pooping issues, which like I do, hold on. Get you a step stool. This one I bought many, many years ago when my oldest was potty training. That tells you how long ago it is. Like 8 years. 8 years we've had this. Yeah, so it's a Lightning McQueen one. I use it all the time. It helps. And then the other things that I have, which one of them's not in here, but first of all, get you a fan. Have a bathroom fan. I am not talking about like one that goes up and filters out. Get you a fan of some sort. I made this one my bathroom fan because when you get hot, and because like I pass out easily, like it's just what triggers my body. My body freaks out and it's like, let's shut down. You can fan yourself, keep you cool, keep you kind of breathing. So that's one. And I got these off of Amazon. I think there were like 24 of them for $12. I also got like the Frisbee fans. That's in another video if you guys want to watch it, of like all the different fans that we bought to give out. The other thing that I recommend is having a bottle of Tylenol and a medicine cutter, which is not in here. It's with my kids' meds because my oldest gets his meds cut up because he takes 1.5 in the morning of his meds. Anyways, get you a bottle of medicine. I use Tylenol. These are 650 milligrams. I cut them in half. Or honestly, on everything, get you a small bottle or a travel. Do I have one in here? Get you like a travel one. See, I put ibuprofen on this one. Can't really tell. But, and so that it can go with you, because when you have your flare-ups, you have some type of medicine to help you with the pain. And as soon as I know that it's going to be bad, because sometimes my stomach, it hurts. It hurts a lot for me to go. But make sure you have something with you. So I wait until it gets where I know that it's an actual flare-up, and then I take one. And then for me, about 10 to 15 minutes in, I'm good. And then the other thing that I have for a tip and trick, which I wish I had my actual cup in here, but make sure you always have a cup of some sort to have water so that you can take your medication with. So usually what I do, order of operation, is, so step stool, always use a step stool. Take the ibuprofen, Tylenol, whatever you're taking, and then the fan. And then, so like you can sit there and fan yourself off. And as crazy as this is, I need an updated, hold on, I'll show you. Well, okay, so I need an updated like electrical heating pad because ours went out. So I try to always at least keep a heating pad in here for my stomach. I know it's kind of crazy because then you're like hot and cold. Yeah, it helps, okay? It helps alleviate the pain. And then let me see if I can find my axolotl that I bought for my birthday. Hold on. Ignore my microwave. I gotta clean it. Just been having issues with my stomach, so it's not gonna happen today. Here is that probiotic multi-enzyme. I think it's like $6 or $7, depending on where you live. And I got mine at Walmart, so could be a little bit more, but these actually have been helping my stomach. Okay, so as I let this cool down for just a second, this is the inside piece, some of the axolotl. I have muscular dystrophy. I have Charcot-Marie tooth. And I know y'all are going to be like, what do you not have? Honestly, I say the same thing. So I have Charcot-Marie tooth, which is a neurological crippling disease. And it's also a neuromuscular crippling disease. And I get really bad like muscle pain and leg pains. So growing up, plus I have hip dysplasia. Let's not forget. So growing up, my body would really hurt. So we used heating pads and things, and one of the things that we learned to do was my grandmother, my mom, my aunt, and all them would take a sock and put rice and beans and stuff in it and wrap it up and heat it up. And I do that too. I still do that to this day. Honestly, it was a present for everybody because it was cheap. Everybody loved it too. Let me find the booty part. If you can't tell, you see, this is fatter, so this goes in the butt. I do those after like 2 years or so. The rice and whatever you put in there, it breaks down. So you kind of got to make a new one, but it's inexpensive. And that's really great. So if you want to do it that way, do it that way. I just, for my birthday, because I go through my stomach pains and my body pains, and because of my CMT, I can't regulate body heat very easily. I'm just trying to get this back in here. But I don't regulate body heat, so like in the wintertime, even though the heat's on and everybody's nice and cozy and warm, I like to have something that I can just pop on my body and be warm. So here's the thing. When I was talking about the heating pad, I would do the heating pad for in the bathroom, which is what I do when I'm by myself. If it's like if I got Daniel or one of the older kids here, because you have to give yourself grace, and it's okay to ask for help. I'll have them pop this little insert piece in the microwave for about a minute and a half, and then because it's not hot, it's just kind of want to cool down a little bit, and then I'll sit there and I'll put that on my stomach, and then it's already nice and warm when I have to climb in the bed if the kids aren't here or whatever, if I'm going somewhere like to the living room or whatever. Also, another thing to do is have grace, be patient with yourself, and if you have to have a low impact day where you and your kids are watching movies or playing games while you're laying on the couch, it's okay. Like it's okay. Have grace, give your, it's fine. If you have a toddler, honestly, on everything, I hate to even do it, but sometimes I let my toddler, he's not even really a toddler anymore. We still call him a toddler. He's almost 5, and I'll let him have his tablet to watch. And I have like already made meals that I keep, like, that they can heat up. I'll ask the older ones, like if I'm going through a really bad stomach pain at the moment and it's like lunchtime or whatever, I ask the older two, I'm like, hey, can you heat up some like Hot Pockets in the microwave, or there's leftovers from last night you guys can eat. Just have grace and patience, and don't stress yourself out about it. Like, I know we want to. I stress myself out sometimes about it because, like, for some weird reason, and it stresses me out, my stomach will start to hurt. Like, it's not even, like, sometimes it's a flare-up, but my stomach will start to hurt between dropping off my oldest, and having to take my youngest to school. And there's an hour there. And my flare-ups last for about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, why? Sometimes it's the middle of the night, sometimes it's 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes it's right before bed. Like, you never, like, you could be perfectly fine and then get in the store and your stomach is just like, hey, I gotta go. And then there's like no bathrooms. And it's so crazy because you have to plan trips and days around when you're with other people and on routes. It's so crazy. And it sucks that we have to live like this. And there's no cure for it. There's none. But the kids are at school. And I thank the Lord. I'm not lucky. But I thank the Lord that He gets me through it. Guys, prayer when you're going through your stomach pains. Also, just pray to God. Ask for help. And what else is there? Breathing exercises. I was in band, so if you go like, I sometimes have to do that. That made my stomach hurt. Anyways, breathing exercises help too, because what you're doing is like, I tend to get into these states of where I'm not having a panic attack on the toilet, but my breathing becomes very rapid and shallow, and I try to keep myself from passing out. So when I do these breathing exercises, I'm centering myself to go, hey, look, this is fine. And then by breathing, by breathing in, you're contracting your muscles and diaphragm to squeeze in, and then letting go. So it's like literally forcing your body to go. Hunching over is something that I do, but if you try to keep your body straight and breathe in, it like straightens out your colon, so you can poop through. What I was saying was I'm gonna give myself a grace day. We got leftovers in the refrigerator from Sunday from the fall festival, and we've got leftovers from last night, so that's great. And then with that, Daniel gets off at 1 o'clock, so I know that he can go get our youngest from school. So I'm gonna take a relaxed day, guys. I'm just gonna lay in bed, I'm gonna sleep, I'm gonna recuperate, I'm gonna let my stomach do its thing. If you guys work, listen, I'm telling you, best thing I can possibly think of, because I physically cannot work, so basically kind of do the same thing. Try to keep a water on you to keep some like over-the-counter medication, and if you can, they got the collapsible step stools. See if you could like bring a collapsible one, keep it in your car or something. I gotta get it. I got a pink one in my bathroom, and I need to get a shorter one because that one's too tall. I actually use that one in the shower when I'm physically not able to stand and take a shower when my body hurts. But I need to get one shorter for in the car. And yeah, take it with you. Maybe the hot hands. Let me grab. Well, I'm shorts. Okay, so anyways, there's these hot hands that you take out of the pack and you have to like activate them. Those are good to have on hand when your like stomach's acting up. You just need some heat on your stomach. They are smaller. So those are really good. Trying to think, because I was looking up in my closet at the hot hands. Basically, that's my like tips and tricks for you guys. Have grace. Get an allergy test done. I'm in the process of getting one. I know I'm lactose intolerant, so I try to avoid dairy as much as possible. And I know like certain foods trigger my stomach, so I try to avoid them, but yet I will eat them. But it's funny because I'll eat them in few moderations and my stomach's completely fine, but if I go to eat it again, not thinking or consciously eating it, however, my stomach just decides to, hey, you're not allowed to have this. And it's like, but I just had chicken Alfredo with broccoli in it 2 weeks ago and I was perfectly fine. I eat chicken Alfredo and broccoli today, new batch, and boop. It's fine. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's long, but I love you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys. Boop.